Hello, hello. So good to see each and every one of you here this evening. I'm glad that you pulled up, decided to join us this evening. We're looking at a lot of different recalls tonight. And that's what it's all about, Alfie. Recalls, recalls, recalls. Did you know that we have some recalls on our American-made vehicles? Yes, we do. We do. We have it. And so we're going to get into that tonight. We're going to take a look at it. And you know what I also wanted to do? I wanted to take a look at some stuff that's being recalled overseas, because we do have a lot of people that watch us overseas. And some of that stuff just might come on over this way. You know how America loves to take things from other countries. I mean, we absolutely adore it. And because we absolutely adore it, we got to read, we got to talk about it. So first of all, I want to say hello. Grant every one of you a great evening. And here we go. Let's just take a look at it. We're going to get right into it. I want to talk about the Ford Motor Company. Now, I know a lot of you probably already know about it, but I still want to touch base because it's been a second. Let me see if these are going to come up the right way for you guys so that I can give you the whole entire screen, as you know we like to do. Hey there, Melinda. How's it going? Good evening. Good evening. Angry Scandinavian. How are ya? Hey, Pam. There you guys are. Look at that. Listen to this. Ford recalls 634,000, count them, 1,000 vehicles worldwide. And guess why? Because of fire. Hey, Metal Sheep and Annie, how you doing? Ford recalls 634,000 vehicles worldwide over fire risk. If they think this is a risk, they ain't seen nothing until they start plugging up some of those vehicles they're trying to get us to roll around with. Mary, how you doing? Love you too, baby. All right, so it says here, our product safety information is produced by the editors, and some content sourced from information provided by the respective company directly and the government regulatory agencies. Well, of course, because they've got to let us know what they're doing. But anyway, it says if this is a recall, we encourage you to contact the company directly, okay, for the complete information. Anyway, getting into the story, Ford Motor Company is recalling 634,000 sport utility vehicles worldwide over fire risks from possible cracked fuel injectors, and will urge owners to have their cars inspected. It said on last Thursday. Now, America's number 2 automaker by sales said the recall covers the 2020 through the 2023 model year Bronco Sport and Escape SUVs with 3 cylinders, 1.5 liter engines, including many also recalled in April. Now, you remember there was a big one in April, but that was because of an oil separator housing that it could crack and develop a leak that could cause an engine fire. So this whole thing is just on fire altogether. Okay, that's terrible. So now vehicles repaired under the earlier recall will still need to get the vehicle fixed, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said. Now, Ford said, when engines in the SUV covered by the latest recall are operating, a cracked fuel injector could cause fuel or fuel vapor to accumulate near the hot surfaces and potentially resulting in fire under the hood. Once repairs are available, dealers will update vehicle software to detect whether a fuel injector is cracked and provide a dashboard message to alert the drivers. Unless, of course, in the next couple of months, we find out that the dashboard messaging alert system doesn't work. Let's just cross our fingers, eyeballs, and toes and hope that don't happen. Ford added, quote, if a pressure drop in the fuel rail is detected, engine power will automatically be reduced to minimize any risk, while also allowing customers to drive to a safe location and stop the vehicle and arrange for service. This is what they added. Now it goes on to say that dealers will also install a tube draining fuel from the cylinder head and away from the hot surfaces and check for excessive fuel odor near the top of the engine. Why didn't they do this before they rolled all these vehicles out on the off of the assembly line? I don't understand this, but here we are. Now, the dealers. It says the recall covers about 520,000 vehicles in the United States and about 114,000 in other countries. And Ford said that it has 54 total reports of 1.5 liter underhood fires, including 4 with a cracked fuel injector. About 13 others were probably caused by a leaking fuel injector. There are no deaths linked to the recall. Well, praise God for that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Ford said that it's not telling owners to stop driving the cars under this recall. Don't stop driving. Keep on going until something happens. I mean, because you're never going to know what's going on until something happens. Doesn't that sound like we won't know what's in the bill until we pass it? Anyway, forget me. The company projects a low failure rate for fuel injectors experiencing external leaks. All right? So that's what's going on with that. But there's a whole lot of other stuff. I wanted to start with that one. There's some fruit recall that's been contaminated with hepatitis A. I wonder if I click this, will you guys still be able to see it? Let me come on your side and check, because sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Let's see. Oh, yep, you can. Hey, Mike Peterson, snuck in here on us. How you doing? Robert, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So here we have some fruit that's been recalled. Okay, I'll bite. What kind of fruit is it? Okay. Exportadora Comprarma recalls James Farms frozen raspberries due to possible health risk. Now, the company announcement was on December the 3rd, 2022, and the FDA published date was the same. The product type, of course, is food and beverages, fruit products, and food-borne illnesses. Now, the announcement was for, specifically, hepatitis A. And we just said the company name, Exportadora Comprarma. Anyway, this company got some bad fruit on their hands. And they're recalling 1,260 cases of the James Frozen Farm raspberries due to the potential of the product being contaminated with hepatitis A. Nothing to see here. This is just the holiday season when everybody gets together and they buy all kinds of frozen fruit so that they can make different, fruit pies and things of that nature. So this probably doesn't include anybody that's listening, but for the sake of argument, we're going to go ahead and finish these people. U.S. Food and Drug Administration testing indicated the presence of hepatitis A in James Farm branded frozen raspberries. Excuse me, it's not their strawberries, y'all. That was a slip. It's their raspberries. I don't want nobody bugging me. Here's the UPC, just in case you may have some in your freezer with all seriousness, okay, being pointed out. There is the UPC. The link, once we are finished, will be down below inside of the description. Now, hepatitis A is a contagious liver disease that results from exposure to hepatitis A virus, including from food. It can range from mild illness lasting just a few weeks to a serious illness lasting several months. Illness generally occurs within 15 to 50 days of exposure and includes fatigue, abdominal pain, jaundice, abnormal liver tests, dark urine, and pale stool. Hepatitis A vaccination can prevent the illness if given within 2 weeks of exposure to a contaminated food. In rare cases, particularly consumers who have a pre-existing severe illness or are immune compromised, hepatitis A infection can progress to liver failure. So persons who may have consumed affected products should consult with their healthcare professional or their local health department to determine if a vaccination is appropriate. And I believe they'll probably tell you that it is. Because they want to make sure you're protected. So it says, you should contact your healthcare professional or your local health department immediately. Now, the frozen raspberries are packaged in food service 10-pound James Farm branded cartons. The product is exclusively sold through Restaurant Depot, Jetro locations in New York, listen up, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware, and all inventories of the affected lot have been removed from the Restaurant Depot Jetro locations, and the Restaurant Depot Jetro locations are also directly contacting their customers regarding this recall. So that means all of the restaurants that they deal with. Well, good show for them. That's good for them. I'm glad to see they're doing that. But they also go on to say that there's not been any illnesses or adverse reactions that have been reported related to this product. Now, this notice affects the following product: 1,260 cases of the James Farm frozen raspberries, 2.5 or 2.5 pound bags per 10-pound cartons. Their best use by date is June 14th, 2024. That is a long shelf life. So some of these companies could definitely have them. Some of these restaurants could definitely have them inside of their, freezer. And they're not even looking or even thinking about any of this. But it's a good thing that they said they were contacting these companies. I don't know, though, you guys. I really don't know. It says that there are no other retail packages of frozen raspberry products that are included in this voluntary recall, and the consumers who have purchased the above products should, of course, not consume them, and they should either discard them or return them to the point of sale, place a purchase for a full refund. If you have some of these strawberries and you are a business owner, maybe you own a small bread and breakfast or, some type of small restaurant, or who knows how you came across them, consider dialing the number that's located down below here. Okay, that's what you should consider. And I'm just marveling at the fact that all of a sudden we here in the United States, someplace that's supposed to have the greatest regulations, have been having the most recalls on everything. Everything. Look, even laundry detergent and household cleaning products have been recalled due to the risk of exposure to bacteria. Laundry detergent, who knew? Who knew? Hey, Bethany. Who knew? I didn't know. But let's get into this. Maybe it's something we've never used, but let's just get into it. So the laundry detergent and household cleaning products that are recalled due to the risk of exposure of bacteria, the laundress recalls laundry detergent and household cleaning products. The recalled products can contain bacteria, including Burkholderia capacia complex. Forgive me if I mispronounce that. I know we have a lot of nurse practitioners and nurses here in the chat, so help your fellow chat member out. Correct me on that one. Is it capacia complex? Anyway, it also has Klebsiella aerogenes and multiple different species of pseudomonias. So that's like some different types of pneumonias or pseudopneumonias. Is that what that means, you guys? We'll look it up in a second, but help us out. So many of which are environmental organisms found widely in soil and water, and some may be also found in humans. People with weakened immune systems, external medical devices, and underlying lung conditions who are exposed to the bacteria face a risk of serious infection that may require medical treatment. The bacteria can either enter the body if inhaled or through the eyes or a break in the skin. Now, people with healthy immune systems are usually not affected by the bacteria, but of course, America has weakened everyone's immune system, and the latter would probably not add any credence to the rest of the populace. Would not give us any help at all, because everybody running around right now with something sniffling or doing something like that, or something dripping or sniffling, or you're trying to keep something from sniffling. I don't know. This weird weather we've been having here in Alabama. It felt like an igloo today. And everything you inhaled made you want to itch. So, no. The recall date on this was just about 5 days ago on December 1st, 2022. And the units are approximately 8 million. To date, the testing has identified bacteria in certain recalled products, including those produced between January of 2021, way back then, all the way to September of 2022. Here is the contact number for the laundress company. There's their phone number. There's their website, and there's also their hours of operation. The recall involves the laundress laundry detergent, fabric conditioner, and other cleaning products, a complete list of which is available at their recall.com website, with lot codes beginning with the prefix letter F and the last 4 digits numbered 9354 or less, H and the last 4 digits numbered as 2262 or less, and T as in Tom, and the last 4 digits as 5264 or less. For a complete list of their products, visit their website. It's right there, thelaundressrecall.com. Hey, out of curiosity, I wonder if I put that in, will it show us, this being the parent company, their minor products? I wonder because does anybody know about the company called Laundress? And thinking about that, I'm going to plug this in while I still chat with you guys. I just want to see what's going to happen. I just want to see if they have some other companies that, we may use under a different name. You know how some companies have their main company and then they have subsidiaries under that. I may be taking a stab in the dark, but I'm willing to chance it. So let me see what their products are. I'm going to hit this. You guys are doing your thing on that side. Let me see what they are doing over here. Okay, these look like just standard. Wait a minute here. Thank you for visiting Laundress Voluntary Recall Recite. The site includes the Laundress laundry. So it's actually the company called Laundress. The product list. Oh, wow, that's teeny tiny. And I have to blow stuff way up. You guys are still over there keeping each other company. Let me see what this is. All-purpose bleach. But does it have another name that we may know? I don't notice any of these. Oh, alpaca. You guys know alpaca? Alpaca cleaning products or alpaca blend wash. Aromatherapy Associates Deep Relax Signature Detergent. Do you know that name? Well, they've also got this one that's a autumn cashmere wool and cashmere packets. So they've also got some, oh wow, they've got shampoos. They've got other detergents. Crate and Barrel wool shampoo. Wait a minute. Crate and Barrel, isn't that a company called Crate and Barrel where you go and you buy stuff and it's like their private label products? Crate and Barrel. Yeah, Crate and Barrel stain solution. Darks detergent. Delicate Lady wash. Whoa, Delicate Lady then turn into a pariah, turn into a piranha. Delicate Lady, if you're trying to use something named Delicate Lady wash, it ain't so delicate because they got a recall on it. I'm on this other page and I'm here to tell you she ain't delicate, so something's wrong. It ain't you, sis. It's your Delicate Lady wash. It's your Delicate Lady wash. That's the problem. It also has here Delicate Wash Bulk, Delicate Wash Mint. These look like a lot of products where people who really don't like to use a lot of things with a bunch of stuff in it would purchase. All right. That's what it looks like. Jenny Kane Signature Detergent. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff, you guys. I'm going to leave this definitely down below for you guys because there are sheets and sheets over here. There are sheets and sheets. Signature Detergent Classic. There are some stain solutions, Summer Friday detergents. Okay, United Arrow Stain Solutions. There's lots of brands over here. And when you guys get this, Aromatherapy Associates Support Breathing Surface Cleaner and Dish Detergent. This looks to me as if somebody would go to that particular company's brand because they want to get, better products. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you may buy a different type of body wash or body cleanser. Like, for example, and I wouldn't be shocked if this product had something that they were trying to do to it. But I like to buy the Bronner's. I think it's Dr. Bronner's Sal Suds. It's Bronner's. They have the lavender. They have the tea tree. They have like a almond. But you can buy this giant bottle and you're able to dilute it, and you can do a myriad of things with it. Everything from take a shower all the way to, of course, not the peppermint one. But you can take a shower as well as clean your fruits and vegetables. And my point is that company makes this. It's the Bronner company, but they make it and you're able to do a multiple amounts of things without harming your home, your pipes, your health, you think, because I don't know. You never know. Anyway, this, yes, Dr. Bronner, you use it too. So you know what I mean, Bethany, you can use it and you can dilute it and use it all over the house. It's a great product. Great product. You can do everything from cleaning spots off the carpet all the way to, as we shared earlier, just said, washing your shampooing your hair. It's good stuff. So anyway, you guys take the time to get that list and print it out because it's a pretty nice, copious list. Let me let you see it. Let me let you see this. I'm going to come back on the screen for a second. Hello. And let me give this to you so that you can see it. So you understand what I'm saying. It's really a nice size list. Do you see this list? It's a very nice size list. And I want you guys to have that, even if you don't do anything but save the link and you're able to maybe, look back up at it if you need to. Clean Collar Duo. There's Clean Clutch. There's a denim gift bag. All these things. Home cleansing, laundry essentials pack. It puts me in the mind of that. Saks Everyday Laundry Gift Set. Saks, S-A-K-S. That sounds a little shishi lala, doesn't it? Sound like Saks Fifth Avenue? I don't know. Yeah, you guys, go ahead and take this when you get it, print it out. Listen, we do this, you guys, because we want everybody to be aware of what's happening. That's what we want. We want everybody to be aware, because I feel like if you're not aware and you don't know, you could be purchasing anything and you just don't know. You remember that time we did that where they had that big recall, and then I went in the dollar store. I didn't say which dollar store, but went in the dollar store, and lo and behold, there it was. That part right there. That part right there. Yes, you do, Angry Scandinavian. You make your own. Angry Scandinavian says, we make our own laundry soap. I like it. There was a lady in the neighborhood that used to make the lye soap. Timothy Graff, hey, baby, how you doing? Yeah, used to make the lye soap, and everybody used to, barter in the neighborhood and bring her something that they had at home, and then she would, they maybe make a pie, and then she'll give them it was in a shoebox. She used to make it, put it in a shoebox, and slice it up in these little bitty cakes. You didn't want to get that stuff in your eye. I think it even had tallow in it, but who knows? Back in the day, we didn't really trip on all different kinds of stuff. But it does tell you all that you need to know here about the products. All right. It tells you everything, all that you need to know. All right. Now let's take a look at some other things. Now that we've looked at that, we've looked at the fruit recall with the contaminated hepatitis A, which I don't understand how that could even be allowed. Why aren't they doing this type of testing before these things hit the ground? And I submit that it's because they are part of the problem. Even toys at this point are being recalled. Even toys. And look who they pull up. When we say even toys, they pull up Tom Selleck. Boy, bye. HABA USA recalls Discovery Cubes animal hide and seek activity toys due to choking and ingestion hazards. So if you got your little puppy poodles, you got your little doggies, and you like for them to have things to tear up and play with besides your couch pillows or the nice shoes that you purchased when you got a stimulus check by accident, they now have a danger of choking on these particular hide and seek activity toys. So if you have an animal, here's the hazard. The seam on the activity toys house can open, allowing a young child to access the toys, posing choking and ingestion hazards if they're placed in the mouth. Yeah, because you got your kids down there, your grandchild, and they're playing with the doggy, and they're playing with the doggy toy. Now, the remedy is a refund, period. That's what it says here. Remedy is a refund. The recall date was the 1st of December. There's about 800 units, and here's the customer contact information. Here's the description of exactly what it is they're saying they're doing. The recall involves the Discovery Cubes animal hide and seek activity toys. So these may not even be for animals. It may be like a little barn or something that the kid plays with. Let's go further. Let's see. The toys, you guys know I read this for the first time with y'all, right? Okay, let's go. The toys are in the shape of a house made with multicolored fabric. Yeah. The toy animals are in the house. Include a fox, a hedgehog, and a mouse. These are for children. Now, the toys have different pockets and rings. I think I know what this is. This is not for the doggy. Thank goodness. I'm not saying it's good that it's for the kids, but I mean, the dog could play with something and you're not really watching the dog like you do the kitty, right? So it's a good thing because you're watching the baby for the most part. But you're not really watching the doggy when they're playing with a toy. So it's a good thing this is not for the doggy. But the model number is 306634 and it can be found on the sewn-in label inside the house on the packaging. And the remedy is that the customer should immediately take the recalled toy away from the child. Step away from this toy. Cut the toy in half with a pair of scissors and take a photo of it. Discard it in the household trash and then contact the company afterwards to receive a $30 refund or a gift card. Now, I can only imagine how that phone call is going to sound. Whether you call them here, there's an email address that you can do. Email a photo documenting the toy has been destroyed along with your contact information to recall HABAUSA.com to receive the refund. HABA is contacting all known purchasers. the incidents, injuries. One consumer reported noticed that the open seam on the toy's house, but there's been no injuries that have been reported. But I don't know, you guys, I just recently had a screaming match with some weirdo on the phone. They did something absolutely egregious, and so I called the company to tell them my experience, and I was like, hey, listen, you may want to be made aware of X, Y, or Z. You guys charged me for something after we had to cancel because you guys didn't have the product, so I had to cancel. They charged me like $16 for canceling. As well, they were going to take like 10 days to get me the money back. So while I'm talking with them, I'm like, well, wait a minute, you didn't have the product, so why are you charging me a cancellation fee? And she let me ask her all these questions. You know I'm long-winded. Y'all know I'm long-winded. Well, this heifer got a whole snoot full because I let her have it. I'm like, why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you going to do that to me? I mean, that doesn't just... She let me talk, and then she goes, Miss Felicia, not Felicia, Miss Felicia, I understand exactly what you are talking about, and I understand that you don't want to pay for the late fee. You don't want to pay for the fee for the cancellation of this order. But the reason why you're going to pay the cancellation for this order is because you canceled before you could get the order. You canceled the order late. I said, I canceled the order because you guys didn't have the product. So why would I not cancel the order? I understand, Miss Felicia, but that is the policy. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about it. I'm like, why am I talking to you in the first place? But have you noticed that under the cover of darkness, what they've given us is the opportunity to speak to absolutely nobody here. And there's absolutely no way you can reach anybody for anything, not even for Best Buy. I'm on a rant now. I'm sorry. I'm on a rant. I am on a rant. Here it goes. Here goes the rant. I called for Best Buy the other day just to ask them a question about their Geek Squad. And I was sent overseas to call down the street off of University Drive right here in Huntsville, Alabama. I had to hold my goofball butt sitting on the phone thinking that I am holding for somebody down the street. Lo and behold, that didn't happen. It wasn't nobody down the street. I sat there on hold. Hey. There's some good old music. The good old music. I'm going to get back to the recall. Just hold on. Indulge me. And I am sitting there on hold all this time. 20 minutes later, somebody comes on the phone and says, hello, welcome to Best Buy. May I help you, please? Can you please tell me the nature of your call? And I'm like, dude, who is this? I said, excuse me, isn't this the Best Buy in Huntsville? I can definitely help you. Can you tell me exactly what you need? I said, I need to speak to somebody in the United States. Is that possible? Ma'am, if you can just let me know what the problem. I said, oh my God, I can't take it. You mean to tell me that y'all routed my call from the United States all the way to the Philippines just for you to ask me what the problem is so that you might be able to get me in touch with somebody at the store? I said, y'all can keep it. I'm not buying nothing else from you. Here's the deal. You guys pay close attention. There are no jobs here. The jobs that they're telling you that they're creating those jobs based on the numbers here that's needed. But those jobs are definitely overseas. They're more egregious than they've ever been. I want to tell you that. It's not like what we're thinking. All while we are just, distracted by the Kanyes and the Donald Trumps with his situation and them saying, no, they're not going to let this happen and looking at all this stuff. Honey, they are tearing us up completely. But look, they're doing it where you and I live, down at the bottom. Right down there at the bottom. They're not doing all this big, fantastic stuff. They're distracting us with the big, fantastic stuff that has nothing to do with us. Right? Right? It's a circus that has a monkey. And you ain't got nothing to do with the circus. It ain't your circus. It ain't your monkey. But they got us all involved in it. Meanwhile, these things that are right in our community, you tell us there's 2,000 jobs. But if you call all these different companies in your community, even the Domino's is being routed out. Did you know that? Their raggedy servers had the audacity to not only deliver raggedy service and cold pizza, but now if you need any help or assistance, fat chance, sister. You're not getting it here. No, you thought you was gonna get some help here? No, baby. They sending your call over yonder, way over yonder. That's what's happening. All of your calls are being fielded elsewhere. They are sliding those jobs out of here. And then you have all these major companies that are now doing major firing and layoffs. Some of them aren't even using the term layoff. They're just saying we're getting rid of this amount of jobs. Okay? When we get rid of 12,000 jobs, that's 12,000 people right before the holidays because they really want to crash and burn this baby. This is a baby they're willing to crash and burn. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That's my rant. So let me get back over here. And thank you for indulging me. Okay. Oh, gee whiz. That's exactly right, Truth Serum. You have to always bless your food. You have to. Ragamuffin, how you doing? Charles Patterson, how's it been going? They made their sale, and that's what counts. That's absolutely right. Yeah, that's exactly right. But if we want anything in the United States right now, we got to go overseas to get assistance. Yeah, and they're telling us that there's lots of jobs that have been created. Yeah, they was created and shipped right out of here. Because ain't none of them jobs over here. Pardon the English. Pardon my colloquialism. There were absolutely no jobs here. Ain't no jobs in yon. So let's get back into the recalls of it all. That's for the Hava company. As you can see, there are several other ones that we got to go through. The sausage. Now there's more sausage because didn't we do some about sausage? You guys remember we did sausage a while ago, beef jerky a while ago. Well, this is a sausage recall, and it may contain some other stuff, but I think we may have read this one. I think we may have. This was for no, we didn't, you guys. This is November 30th. Technically, that's last week. So the United States Department of Agriculture, let me make sure that you guys still see it. Yep, you see it. The United States Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service is issuing a public health alert due to concerns that fully cooked summer sausage products may be contaminated with extraneous materials, specifically plastic. A recall was not requested because the products are no longer available for purchase. Yeah, people probably ate them and sitting up there talking about, something about this. Sitting there looking like your dog chewing on a piece of bubble gum. I don't know, something don't taste right with this sausage, but I mean, it still tastes sort of salty. And you sitting up there looking like your puppy with a piece of bubble gum in its mouth. You're trying to get the gum out of its mouth. Get away! I don't want this gum. So that's the reason why nobody knows anything about it, because people consumed it. And then you're wondering why you need to go out and get Docolox and other things because your body is messing up. That's part of the problem with us here in the United States right now. The whole town needs an enema. Why? Because they put all kinds of stuff inside of our food that we know nothing about. What about the yoga mat stuff? Do you remember when we had Dr. B here? And he was talking about the yoga mat contents of some of the bread. I think it was a big brouhaha that was going on. Allegedly, I have to say it, because I don't have the story here to cover me. But I believe that it was one of the sandwich restaurants. And they had yoga mat for their bread. You remember that? We talked about that. Well, see, a lot of people are gaining weight and not knowing why. They're thinking that they're getting fat because of some of the things that they're eating. And albeit they might be true, but for the most part, there's a lot of additives in the food. Well, maybe they got a little greedy with this additive because they say that plastic is inside of the summer sausage, and that is what's causing the problem. The 1 pound chubs containing Jet High Prairie Meat Summer Sausage with the lot code 220715 represented on the label, and the 1 pound chubs containing phantasms. Was that phantasmas? You remember Phantasm? No. Phantasm, the old movie, but this is Phantasmas with an F. Their finest summer sausage. Here's the lot code for you. 220715 is going to be on your label. Now, the products bear the establishment date of 31865 inside of the USDA mark of inspection. And these items were shipped to retail locations in Kansas, Missouri, and additional locations through online sales. So you would have bought this stuff could go everywhere. It could go everywhere if it's online. Yeah, the World Wide Web, baby. The problem was discovered when the firm notified FSIS. that they received a customer complaint reporting clear plastic embedded within the multiple packages of layered sausage products. I don't know if this is supposed to be in here, so I just thought that I would call you anyway. Did you know that there are some clear plastic that's embedded within the multiple packages of this summer sausage product that I just bought? It may not be anything to worry about, but my son just ate it and so did my grandmother. My son noticed it in time, but Grandma still hasn't woke up. Goes on to say that there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to consumption of these products, and anyone concerned about an injury or an illness should contact a healthcare provider. Don't you call us until after you call them. I'm going to need for you to call us last, and then we'll let you know what we can do for you, because we might not be able to do much. Anyway, the FSIS is concerned that some products may be in the consumers' refrigerators or their freezers. The consumers who have purchased these products are urged not to consume them. Don't eat them, even though you may have just eaten them last night and drank it down, flushed it down with a little bit of beer. Don't eat no more, because these products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. You've got some media phone numbers here. Paradise Locker Meats is the plant manager. There's a phone number. There's LewisParadiseMeats.com. You know what? Have you ever noticed that you'll call some of these companies sometimes, or you'll use one of these email addresses only to find out later that that cat doesn't even work there anymore, and that the email isn't even manned by anyone anymore? So here you are sending all this stuff, copies of stuff, and nothing. Sort of reminded me of what they told you to do with the $30 refund. Don't call us. Don't speak to us. Simply take a picture. Throw the product out. Cut it in half. Take a picture. Send it to us via email. Let us know. We'll send you the money. But you haven't spoken to anybody. You know, you normally would get Betty's name. I'm sorry. Can I get your name? May I have your extension? May I please know what your agent ID number is? You don't have any of that? Because you're talking to an email and you're hacking away. You got your fingers just moving. They're moving and grooving. You're up there looking like Schroeder. Dun, 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 dun. That's you. That's me. And we're just getting down. This is how I feel about your company! Exclamation point. And you put all the different stuff in. Told them. Little do you know, ain't nobody reading that, because that cat is gone. He got downsized. And they never took the time to switch out the email address, because this is America. This is what happens, man. We used to be the home of customer service. Remember that? We used to be the home of customer service. We used to have a lot of integrity in the things that we sold, the vehicles, the food, all of that stuff. We used to. Not anymore. So, Paradise Locker Meats, they're located in Trumbull, Missouri. Their establishment ID for this particular product is M as in Mary, 31865 plus P, 31865 plus V, 31865. They're fully cooked, not shelf stable. Wonder what that is. Somebody help me. What does that mean? Fully cooked, not shelf stable. You have to put in the refrigerator. It's fully cooked, but it has to go in the refrigerator. I believe that's what that means. So let's get on to the next one, so I can let you nice, wonderful, sweet, lovable love bugs go on. Let's see what else. Oh, pie. It's holiday season. Nationwide bottle and cup recall due to lead poisoning. And also, they got to get you good with the ice cream, because pie and ice cream, pie a la mode, is great for holidays. Okay? Let's see. I think I want to do the nationwide bottle and cup first. Then I'll go on to the pie and the ice cream. So, Green Sprouts recall toddlers' stainless steel bottles and cups. Why would you even give your baby a stainless steel bottle? Anyway, Felicia, let it go. These are new women. These ain't you. You didn't do all of that. You didn't have no bottle. But you know, after how I did feed my kids, I do need some stainless steel stuff to sort of keep me going, keep me lifted up. Anyway, The name of the product is Green Sprout Stainless Steel Straw Bottles, Sippy Cups, and Sippin' Straw Cups. Stainless steel. The recalled stainless steel bottles and cups, bottom base, can break off, exposing a solder dot. Is that solider? What is that? Solder dot that contains lead. It's a dot that contains lead, posing a lead poisoning hazard to the child. Didn't y'all know that ish before you made this stuff and sold it to the kids? And why is it that America is always the country that decides to do things hindsight? Let's go fix it in the past. Let's push it out there and sell it as something newfangled that these young parents don't have any sense about. And let's get it out here, and then we'll apologize later, make the money and apologize later. The lead is toxic if ingested by young children and can cause adverse health effects. Of course it can. This is insanity. The recall date was November 23rd, you guys, on this product. All right, there's about 10,500 of these units out here in the world right now. This is the customer contact for Green Sprouts. You're going to reach them at this number. Their available hours are 9 to 5 Eastern, Monday through Friday. And here is a Green Sprouts email address. I strongly suggest that if you have any of these for your children or grandkids, or maybe you've seen somebody, relatives, niece or something, contact these people, because here's the description of what the recall involves. The 6 and 8 ounce Green Sprouts stainless steel cups and bottles with the tracking number 29218V as in Victor 06985. And there's 2 more, all ending in 985. And they can be found on the bottom of the base. The recalled double-walled stainless steel bottles were in aqua, pink, green, navy, and navy color, with one of 3 closure options. You could have a silicone sippy cup. This is ridiculous. With a colored plastic lid, collar, and handle, or the number 2 option was a silicone sippy cup and a straw spout with colored plastic lid, collar, and handle. I need to call my daughter and make sure she doesn't have any of these for Nevaeh. The third one is a silicone straw with a plastic screw-on flip cap. So it's not just standing out there like, hey, I'm a stainless steel cup. No, they covered it in this plastic stuff in very vivid and pretty colors. The tracking number is printed on the bottom of the base, and the bottles were sold in one of 2 sizes as indicated. A 6 ounce for the cup, the straw with the cup, and the straw bottle was 8 ounces. This is the remedy. You should immediately take the recalled stainless steel bottles and cups away from the child and discard the bottles and cups. Contact Green Sprouts for a full refund in the form of a store credit or your money back. Green Sprouts is contacting all known purchasers directly. Incidents or injuries? Well, the firm has received 7 reports of incidents of the bottles base breaking off and exposing the solid dot. And no injuries have been reported. Sure, there's injuries. Now look who was selling them. Look who was selling them. They were sold by Bye Bye Baby and Whole Foods stores nationwide. Where all the yuppies shop, Whole Foods. I tell you guys a story about Whole Foods all the time. I go in there. I got me $300 little dollars. I'm gonna go buy me some little, yuppie type groceries. You want to get some salmon and get yourself some lamb and all this other stuff. And $300 later, I come out with 1 bag of apple and a bottle of water rolling around in the bottom of it. But Whole Foods, fancy rump, was one of the places, as well as BedBathAndBeyond.com. Bye Bye Baby, Whole Foods, Amazon.com, and Bed Bath & Beyond. You guys, this is serious. It is, because you may have seen these. And they absolutely know that lead is not supposed to be put on anything, but they don't care. They want all of our children to be retarded or messed up. They really do. Did I say that word? Oh, well. How rude. How rude of them to do what they're doing. But the importer is Green Sprouts Incorporated of Asheville, North Carolina. Green Sprouts, manufactured in China. Boy, Babylon. Boy, Babylon. You see that? Manufactured in China. And North Carolina and China got a lot of connections, just like California and China. Wow. Wow. All made in China, sold by Walmart, Jack says. Yep. A mess. A mess, Jack. Just an absolute mess. Let's see. What else do we got here? That one there really ticks me off because they literally went out of their way to shroud the product to make it look like X. And then come to find out they're selling it at the Shishi Lala places. So Rocky Mountain Pies LLC also issues an allergy alert on undeclared. So it's the tree nut almonds. That's what this is. The tree nut almonds. Okay. We already seen something like this a few months back. So Rocky Mountain Pies, there is in a Red Button Vintage Creamery 31.88 ounce French silk pie. The company announcement was about a week or so ago. All right, November 29th. Okay, French silk pie. Rocky Mountain Pies LLC of Salt Lake City, Utah is recalling 31.88 ounce French silk pie with inkjet date code of 2266. Oh, wow. So that's 3 6s, right? Is it? Yeah, no? 2266? Who knows? Because it may contain undeclared almonds. People who have an allergy or a severe sensitivity to tree nuts run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reaction if they consume these products. The Red Button Vintage Creamery French Silk Pie was distributed in Arizona, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Montana, Nevada, Colorado, Wyoming, and Idaho in retail stores. Products are packaged in a clear plastic dome and a black plastic base with a Red Button Vintage Creamery cardboard sleeve. The recall includes only the products with the inkjet code on the dome that begins with a 2266. Here's the UPC. It's just one of them. There haven't been any illnesses that's been reported. Well, because nobody knows why they're sick. Nobody knows why they're sick. But here's the information to return this. I'm done with these people. Some ice cream for you. If they didn't get you with the pie for Thanksgiving, don't worry. They have some ice cream that they've recalled with an allergy alert for it. Weiss Markets issued an allergy alert for the Weiss quality premium sea salt and caramel ripple ice cream due to undeclared soy and coconut allergens. Here it is, Salisbury, Pennsylvania. They issued the recall for 108 containers. Those are gone. 108 containers, 48 ounces, those are gone. They may have been distributed in Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Delaware, and West Virginia. May. The ambiguity of it all, they may have been. We don't know for sure, just they may. The container says Weiss Quality Sea Salt Caramel Ripple Ice Cream, and the lid says Weiss Quality Caramel Caribou Ice Cream. The ice cream is packaged in a scround container. Square round is what they're trying to say. There's not been any illnesses. There's soy and coconut, but hopefully nobody gets sick from this. All right, so there's all the information that you're going to want to need there. But listen, it's always the fancy schmancy stuff lately. It used to be stuff like, little bobo cakes or something like that. Little bobos. That does it for this. Now, I do want to take a look really quickly because as I shared with you guys a little bit ago, we do, according to our algorithm, have a lot of people that watch us here on this particular channel overseas. And I want to talk about this because, well, it could easily float on over this way. Okay. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I want to take a look and tell you guys tonight at about 8:30, I'm talking about Deion Sanders. I'm talking about Deion Sanders tonight. Let me check this down right quick. I'm talking about Deion Sanders this evening on the Lockhart Perspective at 8:30. And we're going to take a look at a few things. We're going to look at everything from his amputated toes, bless his heart, to his leg injury that he had because of the blood clots. We're also going to look at how he was really the spokesperson for this thing in Jackson, and later this happened to him. We're also looking at tonight why everybody is upset with him for leaving the HBCU, and why the people who were complaining about him going in the first place are now complaining about him leaving. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of in-depth stuff. I've got a lot of deep things. A lot of people are talking about stuff like, oh, everybody's mad because they're saying he's a sellout. I'm looking at a lot of other things that he did. Okay, I'm looking at some of the good stuff, but the one major thing that I'm looking at is why he was a proponent for this thing right here, and then later had all those blood clots. Bless his heart. Anyway, that's going to be tonight at 8:30 on the Lockhart Perspective. Won't you consider subscribing over there and joining us? Won't you consider it? Won't you? Won't you? So we're going to talk about that over there. But let's get back to the food recall that is abroad. All right, let's get over here and look at this. The FSN Food Safety News. Who is Parnell? The Savannah attorney Amy Lee Copeland has filed notice of appeal for Stuart Parnell's motion to vacate or set aside the correct his sentence under the federal habeas corpus action. Oh, interesting. Anyway, so here's the deal. Today, the 6th of December, 2022, early this morning, German testing finds E. coli in beef, salad, and dough. All right? And dough. I wonder if I click this, will it keep us there? Hopefully it will. Yeah, okay. So the German testing finds E. coli in beef, salad, and dough. It's prepackaged salads and ready-made dough and baking mixes, according to the result of food controls in Germany. Now get this. In 2021, risk-based monitoring samples of ground or minced beef was examined. Shiga toxin-producing E. coli were detected in 28 of 420 samples. It was also found in 2 of the 86 tests on fresh beef at retail. German officials said at-risk consumers groups such as small children and the elderly that are immunocompromised as well, and pregnant women should only consume ground meat that has been sufficiently cooked. A total of 88 of the 410 ground beef samples tested for Listeria monocytogenes were also positive, and the levels were low but still pose a health risk to vulnerable people. One sample had levels near the legal limit. Wow, that's not good. Now, the salad and the baking mixes, ready, cut, and packaged salads that say preparation time, were also checked. The conditions in the packs can allow germs to grow. Presumptive Bacillus cereus was detected in 200 of the 428 samples of lamb's lettuce and rocket salad, although only a few were found to be highly contaminated. E. coli was found in 8 of the 423 lettuce samples, and 10 of the 433 samples were positive for low levels of Listeria monocytogenes, and all 433 samples were negative for salmonella. Now, here's why I'm reading this, because as I'm reading this, I'm thinking of, I know our country. Have you ever gone into a store and seen things that you would think that would be made here because of how sensitive it is? Like, in other words, a package of something. And then you look and it's from Mexico, or you look it's from France. I mean, not France, but from like parts of Canada. Or you look at it's from over here, over there. And you're like, wow, we really moved this food over here that fast? It's not by accident that we're able to see this here and that they're letting it be known on this side of the world. That's what I want to say. So, in other results from baking mixes and dough, 335 samples were examined for E. coli contamination, mainly baking mixes, but also ready-made dough and a few bread flour mixes. E. coli was found in 35 samples. That's a lot. In the previous year, monitoring results showed E. coli was detected in almost every 10th sample of wheat flour from milling operations. This is a good story here, because they're showing us that they really do check the food. My question is, why isn't any of this stuff in any place on the planet checked prior to that? The link to this story and this actual food safety news, okay, will be down below in the description once we begin to publish the story. Once it's published, all of this will be there. The reason why we do that is because sometimes we may go into other things and add stuff on that was not originally thought about. And so I don't want to have just pieces of it out there. I want all of them to get out there at the same time. But anyway, you guys, what do you guys think about all the food recalls and all of the stuff that they've got going on right now? It's a lot of stuff, right? That's a lot of stuff. Now, the FDA steps up controls on imported cheese, cantaloupe, seafood, and canned meat. Here's our point. This is our point right here. Let me take this and give it to you. Hold on. Here's the point that we're making right here. So they have some more, there you go. FDA steps up controls on imported cheese, cantaloupe, seafood, and some canned food. So it's a good thing that we're looking here, because the deal is we would really not know what's going on. The Food and Drug Administration is continuing its use of import alerts to enforce the United States food and safety regulations for food from foreign countries. The agency updates and modifies the alerts as needed. We can't even keep our game together, but we're going to try to make everybody else ride the ride. So the recent modifications to the FDA imports alerts as posted by the agency are listed below. You can click here when you get this link right there where the hyperlink is to go to the FDA page with the links and details on specific alerts. But here you'll see detention without physical examination of imported soft ripened cheese from France. There's some France stuff. There's some stuff that came in that's misbranded. There's some no examination of raw shrimp. No examination of cantaloupe from Mexico. No examination and guidance of foods containing illegal and/or undeclared colors. Lord, help us today. So you mean you're going to get the red dye number what? What was it, y'all? That red dye? Listen, detention without physical examination of low-acid canned goods or acidified foods due to inadequate process control. This country, oh boy. Hey, I'm Leslie. This is ridiculous that we become this place. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that we have become this place. Leaf Desi says it's hard to believe the Midwest would run out of beef, but if they change laws, it may happen. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Leaf Desi. We're about to get out of here because I'm going to take a little break before I go to the other show. But that's where we are. That's who we are now. We are just, it's like money, 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 money. Just give us the money. We don't care. We have no care or concern about our country anymore. This country doesn't care about itself. And that's sad. But remember what we're discussing earlier, that while all those other big things are going on, the kooky Kanye stuff, all right, there are some other things that we really do need to keep our eyes open for. Lots of stuff, right? With the whole Warlock and the other guy out there, the football player, that's a hot mess too. So we don't know, but what we do know is we have to keep our eyes open and we have to stay alert. Because if we're not alert, then we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a real serious issue. Oh no, I forgot this background music was going. See, I can't hear you guys. Oh gosh, I hope that wasn't blaring. Let me ask Ahmad or anybody. Was that music blaring, you guys? Because I forgot that I had even turned it on because I don't have the headphones. And what I did is I turned it internal, so all the sound is coming to you guys. And since it's just me, I don't have a guest, I don't need the headphones. But apparently I did. Oh, yikes. Who knew? I hope you guys weren't hearing like a lot of blaring music. Like, oh, I'll forget it. I apologize. We can't redo this moment. But you can join me over at the Lockhart Perspective at 8 o'clock or 8:30 Central, I should say, where we're going to talk about Deion Sanders, the amount of money that he's making in Colorado. It does. Thank you, Precious. The amount of money that he made out there while he was in Mississippi, what Mississippi looked like prior to him getting there. The big mistake that he made by prompting everybody to go get this, because now, unfortunately, he has suffered some great issues, and I attribute it to that, but I'm no doctor, so please don't hold me to anything. But I do have to say, I find it quite curious. So with that said, we'll leave that there, and then we'll also make sure that we're going to look at how much money he's making and how many households he's taking care of. I want to stop all these black folks, because black folks are the biggest ones all the time. As soon as we see somebody else doing something, we want to tell them how to do it. Oh no, he shouldn't go down there. Why are you going to Colorado? That's crazy. Why can't he go to Colorado? I mean, he did his job there. He wasn't supposed to live there forever. Mississippi is not that kind of place. And besides that, those folks in Mississippi only allowed him to do what they wanted him to do because he could do it. But after he's been out there doing everything, don't you know the opposition is going to become great? He's not going to be able to change anything. He needs to leave. He's only making $300,000 as the base. And then there was other little fluffy stuff. He had to get a whole lot of other people to help him just to get that place where it should be. Now, what's the problem with going to another campus? That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that he took this historically black college, and he turned them into a winning machine. Why can't he do that with Colorado? What's the problem? What is it? Why does it have to be, oh, he a black man, he need to stay down there? Stay down there where them jokers don't even care about their own water? Stay down there where those jokers don't even care about their own infrastructure and their roads look like the roads of Soweto? Stay down there for what? When their own alumni don't even want to give any money. He had to go and beg Walmart to give things. He had to beg, Strahan and a few other people to help him get those young men's suits and things of that nature. He had to beg Walmart to help them build an entire field, because when he got there, they were going to play and practice down there at a high school. So everybody who talked about this guy like a dog, when he first went there, they were upset. Now, those are the same individuals that are mad because he's leaving. They didn't want him there. Oh, he's nothing but a showboat. No, he got some stuff done. So we're going to talk about that, but we're going to go really, really deeply in depth tonight on the Lockhart Perspective. You guys may not like sports. If you don't like sports, I understand. But I love sports. I love talking about sports and a lot of other stuff. I love fishing. I love all that stuff. Anyway, you guys, we're right at an hour. Y'all know I don't like to hold you longer than that, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Tomorrow, we will sit down and have a conversation with none other. Jacob Israel will be here tomorrow, and I'm excited. I love Jacob Israel, and he's going to be here with us tomorrow. We're just going to have a standard conversation. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to have a conversation, and we're just going to talk the same way that L.A. Marzulli and I did. We're just going to talk the same way that, Judge Brown did, and we're just going to talk, just a regular conversation. But I just love talking to people who are genuine and who are just down to earth, good people. I don't sit down with people who think identical to me. And even though we may have some points in our world on this planet, when I'm talking to people, we may have some points that we get along with, that we agree with. But I love talking to people who have differing conversations than because I can learn. And I mean, my goodness, I always say this, who wants a bunch of boring me's standing around with me? I don't want that. One of my very good friends, she's not here. I don't see her here, but it's Sandy Aaron. She and I can go and sit down and talk for hours, and we crack up laughing. We have different backgrounds. We don't look the same, but I love it. I absolutely love it. It's time for us to have another meeting. Last time we sat down with one another, it was at, Mellow Mushroom. And we sat there and we just had a great time. Met her here. I met her with you guys. But just so happens she lives here in Alabama. And there's another sweet jewel that lives here in Alabama that I would love for her the next time we all get together to sit down and all of us eat together and sit down and talk, because that's what life's all about, you guys. That's what life is all about. Leave the hard stuff up to the Father. Just love each other and get along. That's what it's all about. So Jacob Israel tomorrow, right here with me. We're going to have a good conversation. Look over there in the description. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys, because if I can, I will show you where it is. He will join us tomorrow. So let me see, YouTube. Here we go. And I think you guys are going to enjoy him. Do you guys watch him? Tell me if there's anybody here that watches him now. If you know who I'm talking about, put a 1 in the chat. You got to know who he is. You got to know. You just gotta. You have to know him. You have to know him. So here we go. Here we are. He's here with us on this channel, not on the Lockhart Perspective. The Lockhart Perspective, we're doing that tonight. Here he is, right here. So this guy is off the chain. He's an author. He does great work on YouTube. Great work on YouTube. He will be with us tomorrow. And there's a lot of people that have some unique ideas about people. That's fine. Have all the unique ideas, but I'm going to tell you something. This guy is good. He really is. He does exceptional work. He does exceptional research. The Father uses him by way of dreams and visions. And he is such a sweet, humble person. He really is. He's a sweet, humble guy. Okay? All right? Kyle Sellers. Well, I'm just okay too. I'm nobody special, baby, at all. So I know it's okay though. But it's all good, you guys. But he does really good work. He really, really does. And so listen, doing what we do is not an easy thing. And doing what you do at your gig is not easy either. You know, whatever job you have, it's not easy sometimes. But you do it, you know, and you do a really good job. That's the same thing that I'm saying here. Is I like to give people their flowers. And I not only like to give them their flowers, but I also like to give the respect where it's due. And he deserves it. So we will be together tomorrow. And tomorrow at what time? Well, it will be 12 p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern. So 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. We will sit down with none other than Jacob Israel. We're going to have a conversation. And if you guys want some questions asked, please be kind, be nice, and send me the questions and I'll ask him. All right? Aw, hi, you're so sweet, Kyle. He is full of life. Yes. All right, you guys, I want you all to remember what we always say here on any Felicia Lockhart publication, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High. I want you guys to take care of yourselves first. Don't you come to me telling me you took care of somebody else. You got to take care of you first. And then once you're done with that, I want you to remember to take care of everybody else around you because they need you, but they can't have you unless you is good. Okay? And until you and I see one another again, please, until that time, take care and continue to be blessed. The Lockhart Perspective.